Well guys, there's Niagara Falls. We're about to go on an adventure, and this is the US. We're in my Tacoma, so excuse the crappy truck, but we're gonna go down and we're gonna have a great weekend. We're Friday night, we're gonna go to Dunkirk and we're going to watch the derbies, maybe film the derbies in Dunkirk, New York. And then Saturday, we're gonna head to New Alexandria and to the Dead Man Derby. This is not their big show, they have another big show in October, but we're gonna go and we're gonna have some fun. Well-needed vacation. Let's check out those falls. Can I zoom in? Now, look at that. Niagara Falls, you got Maid of the Mist down there. The US version. The US side's so much nicer than Canadian side, guys. Oh, it's blurry as shit. There you go. My GPS is all upset because I don't want to take the interstate. I'm doing really good for time, so what I want to do is I just want to take all these back roads, enjoy the sights, the small town USA. I love this. I hate the interstate. I hate all the highways. Put me on a small town, and we'll see where we can go. Look at this. Where is this going to take us? Well, let's go find out. Well, we made it to Dunkirk. This is my first derby that we're stopping here at the US on this weekend trip. I kind of really like the setup here. If I was a driver, I don't really know because I hate leaving my truck, but you park your truck, you get your car ready for tech, you line it up, you drive on these blocks for tech, which is awesome because the guys can get right underneath it, take a look at it. These blocks are always here. I imagine they're pull classes and everything. And then once you pass tech, you drive in there and line up. We're gonna head in there shortly and take a look at some of these lineups, but it's still about 4 hours till the derby, and I bet you there's been 25 cars that has gone through here. So we're gonna have a good walkthrough here in the pits. I'm excited to do a prelude. It's been a very long time, and there's cars that I really don't see in Canada anymore. When was the last time I seen an Alero be derbied? That Beetle looks like it's had a good couple runs already. We got an Alero, we got a whole bunch of Impalas over here. There was a whole bunch of Impalas over there. All newer aluminum spindles swapped and some not swapped, and some Buick Sentries. We're gonna go in there. I seen a Buick Sentry wagon today that actually was clean. I have never seen a clean Buick Sentry before. Let's go take a look. And I really like the tech here, guys. I like how it's set up. I like how the cars drive up one at a time, and it looks like it's very well ran. Well, guys, here we are at the Dunkirk Derby in Chautauqua. Sorry, I can't say that, guys. We have 4 different classes tonight. We have youth, which kind of looks like a pro stock build. We have wire or stock class. We have pro stock, mini, and then we have wire full size. Now this place actually has a derby on Sunday night, but I don't know if I'm going to make it back for that. We're going to be leaving here tonight, and then we're going to be driving to Dead Man Derby tomorrow. So we do have a couple GoPros that we're putting inside these guys' cars. We have one inside this Toyota Corolla, so you guys are going to be able to see from this one here. Here is another Toyota Corolla. We have a Honda Civic over here, guys. Square tubing bumper, shortened right up to the frame. V-treads. This here is a youth car. We have an Impala. I did talk to this guy. He is a steel spindle swap on this. This thing looks great. We do have a GoPro to go inside of this one. As you guys can see, it's already in there. Small gas tank protector. Actually, that's a fair size gas tank protector. Some great looking tires on the back. The rear trailing arms changed out, some dimpling. Looks good. A Honda Accord wagon over here, guys. Now, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but I might have one of these in my sights in Ontario. It looks well used in youth class. We got ourselves a Camry here. This thing here looks great. Going into youth class again. Been in and around already. The back end looks a little beat up. And we got ourselves a W body. I'm not sure if they changed the spindles in this or not. And I don't really know if they're going to run a passenger because they have the whole back of it cut out. They're probably going to put a guy in there. I did see this thing drive through the parking lot, and it is a little rough, but it's still good. Hopefully this thing here does great out there. Let's go up and take a look at the wire class cars. This is where the most of the cars are. They're just starting their drivers meeting up there, so I'm not going to go interrupt it. We got a Cavalier here. Now, it's been a long time since I've seen a Cavalier run, especially an SFI Cavalier 2-door. We have a GoPro inside that. We have a Dodge. I think it's a Stratus here. You guys know that I think the back ends of these things are pretty good. Yeah, that's a Stratus. We got a Buick W-body here. This thing looks like it's been around the bush a couple times, but it's still here to party. Full-size tires on the back. We got another an Impala. This thing here, look at that rear door. It's inside the car completely. It looks like it snapped off the... It did. It looks like it snapped those right off. Now we have a Camry here with a Mazda 3 bumper on it. I've been hanging out with this guy, talking to him all night. What a great paint job on this. Big shout out to the paint job. It looks fantastic. And guess what, guys? We're going to be putting a GoPro in this one too. He's got his light switches on it, factory shifter. It looks like a very well built car. And yeah, this thing's going to be in the ring tonight. We're going to have a GoPro inside of it. We have a Honda Accord with a Mazda 3 bumper on the front of it. I'd like to see how this one does. I have this exact car at my house right now, except this one's a lot cleaner than the one I have. We might put a GoPro in this one. I've already drilled a hole, but I'm not sure if it's going to end up. VW Bug, 2 flat tires on the front. The guy that's driving this is like 6'8". It's funny to watch him get in. His knees hit the dash. We have an Alero. It's been a long time since I've seen an Alero, guys. They don't even exist on the roads in Ontario anymore. We have a stock wire class Camry here. Stock bumper, stock tires. This is a 2001. We have another Impala over here. And we actually have a GoPro to go inside this one as well. Holes already drilled for it. Ford Taurus. This thing looks like it's been beat up, boys and girls. I'd like to see how well this one does, because the back end kind of looks like it's going down, so we'll have to see how well it does. Another Honda Accord. Now this one's a little bit older. This one's like a 94, 95. Looks to be in half decent shape. It's got a lot of height in the back, so we'll have to see how that does. Another Dodge Stratus. I don't see a whole lot of these things in Ontario. I don't know if nobody bought them or they just rotted out, because this one looks a little soft. This one here, look at the Zacks workshop right on the door. We have a GoPro to go inside of this one as well. This thing looks extremely clean. I'm super excited for that one. This one here, newer Camry. I don't know the exact year, but I think it's like an 05, 06. It's got the 3.3 liter V6 in it. I spent a little bit of time with him because I don't really run these cars a lot, but I was able to take a look underneath the hood and help him remove some stuff. We got a Malibu. Now you guys know that I built a G6, you guys just haven't seen the videos. This is pretty much the same chassis design as my G6. This one here has a V6 though. An Infinity. I actually had to ask the guy what type of car this was, because I couldn't tell. I thought it was a Hyundai because the front frame, but the rear suspension really confused me on this. Look at that weird rear suspension on this thing. We have ourselves another Malibu. This one here is a V6 as well. So I'd like to see how these Malibus do so I can kind of get an idea of what's going to happen to mine. We have an HHR. You guys know that I do love the HHRs. I think that they're half decently tough with a good spindle swap and bumper swap. But we'll have to see how this one does. Old Toyota Corolla. I'd like to see how this does. Bone stock. If he uses the back, it should be pretty good. And a PT Cruiser all the way back here. You guys know about these Cruisers. They're nothing to be shaking your head at. Let's take a look at these full-size stock class. You guys know I'm a big softie for big full-size stock class. I can't afford them. I don't have any of the tools for them, but I love them. That thing looks nice. This one here looks really good too. I wish that I could have some of these that are not completely rotted into the ground, where I could do a little bit of stuff that I want to do to them to make them good. And I wish I had the, you know, the equipment to go in it, the motor, the transmission, the steering boxes, all that fun stuff, the bumpers. And I haven't ran enough of them to actually know what I'm doing. But this is a unibody Camaro right here. I thought this was going to be mini because it is a wheelbase of 101.9, but it has a V8 in it, so it's running full size. You have another, I think this one's a Grand Marquis Crown Vic. I know it is, I just don't know which one. Got a little baby in there with goggles on it. Big double tires on it, lots of bumper height. Another one. You don't see these cars in Canada anymore. They just they're there, but they just don't exist anymore, which is kind of shit. Watch this one drive through the track. Rear end looks like it's been pushed forward a bit, or the door has been pulled back. I'm not really sure. We are going to be putting a GoPro in 20G if the batteries last all the Derby for all the other cars. And I love the old town cars. We're going to be going down the Pro Stock Minis. I just want all the guys to clear out because there's only a couple of them, so I don't want to miss them. Buick Century Wagon. I looked at this thing for about 20 minutes in the parking lot. It is zero rust underside of this thing. I'd like to see how well this does. If you guys remember, I actually had a Buick Celebrity Wagon, and I hated it so much after the third run, I actually scrapped it. So hopefully he has better luck. He actually has a different motor. He's got a 3.3, mine was a 3.1. We have a W body. This thing looks nasty. It's nice, it's stout, it looks tall, the back end is solid. We got the trunk all smashed down. I'd like to see how that does. We got a Toyota Camry here. I spent 20 minutes looking at this thing. Very nice build, very solid. All the back of it looks like it's not going to move anymore. Very well built Toyota Camry. I'm more interested to see how well this one does and this one does in the Weld class. There's also one more Toyota here as well. So it's a Celebrity, a W body, and 3 Toyota products for the Weld class, or the Pro Stock class. Got a 70s bumper welded on the front of it. It looks seam welded and plated. You got a lot of plate holding the bumper on. He's a little short, but not too much. 3 threaded rods, fair sized gas tank protector, doors welded shut, rear window bar. I think this thing's gonna do fairly well. A lot of welding on that trunk. I hope it doesn't go down. We'll have to see how it does. I don't really do that, but it's different rules down here, different cars, right? And then we have a Toyota Avalon. You guys know I love my Avalons. This is just like the one I ran in Listtool, except it's shorter, has a better bumper, has threaded rod, has skidders, and it's got creasing in the back. And it kind of looks already tucked and dished, and it surprisingly has a Toyota Caravan front bumper on the back of this thing with some 9-wire. I love my Toyota Avalons, guys. This here is going to be a class to watch. I'm super excited, but thanks for coming to watch us, guys. This here is the Dunkirk Fair. I forget the name of this county, I'm sorry. You guys do it differently down here with your counties. I do it by the cities. So the Dunkirk Derby. Again, they have another derby here on Sunday. I just don't know if I'm going to make it. Look at that paint job on that thing. It's still a great paint job. Both sides are done fantastic. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you back here later on Zach's Workshop. Make sure you check out all the videos to come of the Derby.